Well, hey friend, welcome to the podcast. And if we haven't met, my name is Lisa Mustard, and I'm a podcaster, mom, wife, licensed therapist, life coach, and personal development junkie. And the therapy show is all about mental wellness topics for counselors, clients, and those just interested in leveling up their emotional health. And you can learn more about me over at my website, which is lisamustard.com. And you can also grab my free ebook, which is 15 Easy Habits That Support Your Mental Health. Go ahead and tap the link in the show notes to grab that ebook right away. So, as I've mentioned in previous episodes this month, January is going to be a little different than my typical episodes. My typical episodes are more produced, they have music, they're an interview style. And I think moving forward, I'm going to be releasing them on Thursday. I'm going to give that a try and see what that does, just out of curiosity in terms of podcast format. So, January, I'm releasing more episodes, like I said, and my intention is to give you those actionable tips that you can take to live out your best life. And some tips will not resonate with you. And of course, that's completely fine. But my hope is that you will take what you need and take action as it suits your life. And before we dive into today's topic of gratitude, I wanted to answer a few listener questions that I have received from episodes that have already been released this month. So the first listener question is, Lisa, I struggle with maintaining my New Year's intentions beyond the first few weeks. How can I stay motivated and committed to my goals throughout the year? This is a great question because we are only in week 2 of the new year. So kind of like getting ahead of yourself. I love that you're already thinking about obstacles and challenges that you might be facing. So first of all, maintaining motivation for New Year's intentions is a very common challenge. And here are some strategies to help you stay on track. Number 1, set clear and achievable goals. So make sure that your intentions are specific and attainable, because if you have vague goals, they are way harder to follow through on. For example, instead of saying for 2024, I want to get fit, set a goal like I will exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week. Make it as clear and achievable as possible. And I would even break it down further. What will that exercise be for the 30 minutes? Are you going to weight train? Are you going to go for a walk? Are you going to go to yoga? Like, make it very, very specific. The next part of that question is break down your goals. Like I just said, large goals can be overwhelming, so break them down into smaller, manageable tasks that you can tackle regularly. This makes the process less daunting and gives you a sense of achievement along the way. So break that exercise goal down even more. The next is you're going to track your progress. So keep a journal or use an app to track your progress, because seeing how far you've come can be a huge motivator. So celebrate the small victories to keep your spirits high. So let's say you track your progress for a week. At the end of that week, if you have maintained that I'm going to exercise 3 times a week, you went to yoga, you maybe your weight training, you went for a walk, celebrate something with something small. Whatever that would be for you. Maybe that's an extra, 20, 30 minutes of watching something that you're enjoying. Maybe it's you buy yourself some new music. Maybe it's you buy yourself something to do with your workouts, but definitely celebrate. Find an accountability partner is next. Share your goals with a friend or family member who can check in with you regularly. Knowing someone else is rooting for you can boost your commitment. And then you are going to adjust as needed. So be flexible. Be flexible and willing to adjust your goals if circumstances change. It's okay to modify your intentions as long as you're still moving forward. Connect with your why, really important. Remind yourself as often as possible why these goals are important to you. This connection to your deeper motivation can reignite your enthusiasm. I know we already talked about incorporating rewards and celebrating the small victories, but I believe it is worth bringing it up again. So set up a reward system for reaching milestones. You could treat yourself to a movie night or even a special meal. Now I say special meal. Now, if your goal is to get fit and lose weight, let's not ruin all that hard work with an overindulgent high calorie meal. Just got to put that in there. Remember, it's normal for motivation to ebb and flow. The key is to stay committed and keep pushing forward, even on the days when it feels really challenging. And I would suggest when it feels really challenging, remember your why. That's probably the most important tip. That is going to have you tap into your biggest reasons for wanting to implement this change in your life. Okay. Number 2 question was, every year I set intentions that are similar to the previous years because I often don't achieve them. How can I approach this differently to see progress this year? This is a really great question. Revisiting the same intentions year after year can definitely be frustrating, but it also offers an opportunity for reflection and a different approach. And that's what I think you need. So here's how you can make progress this year. Reflect on the past barriers. So look back at why you might not have achieved your goals. Were they too ambitious? Did life circumstances change? Understanding these barriers can help you set more realistic intentions. Then redefine your goals. So based on your reflection, redefine your goals to make them more achievable. If the goal was too broad, narrow it down. For instance, instead of saying save more money, set a specific savings target. Then you want to focus on habit formation. Sometimes focusing on building habits rather than achieving a specific outcome can be more effective. For example, instead of setting a goal to lose a certain amount of weight, focus on developing the habit of eating healthy or exercising regularly. Then seek support. Consider joining a group or finding a mentor who has achieved similar goals because their guidance and support can be invaluable. Learn from others' successes. Look for stories of people who have achieved similar goals. Understanding their methods and struggles can provide insight and inspiration. And I would also add in there, understanding their mindset. If you can find someone who can explain what they were thinking, the thoughts they had, and how they overcame anything that got in their way, that is a wonderful gift for you to find. Stay flexible and patient. Be open to adjusting your goals as you progress, because remember that setbacks are part of the journey and not a reason to give up at all. It's part of the process. Okay, and last but not least, celebrate progress, not just completion. Recognize and celebrate the progress you make along the way, even if it's incremental. The positive reinforcement can definitely keep you motivated. By approaching your intentions with a fresh perspective and a focus on actionable steps, you can increase your chances of seeing real progress this year. And as I share the answers to these questions, one thing that keeps popping back up into my mind is the idea of setting up yourself with systems so you can be successful with your intentions. So sure, you can set the goals, you can work to make them achievable, but if you don't have a system for yourself set up to help you be successful, then oftentimes you are going to fall back on, possibly old habits. So set yourself up with a system that is going to work for you. And your system is going to look different than other people. It's going to look different than mine. But in fact, I think maybe I'll even come back and do an episode on setting up systems for success, because I think that's worth more discussion. Okay. Before I dive into today's topic, which is the power of gratitude, I need to give a huge shout out to all the volleyball parents out there, because we have entered club season, which is also known as travel volleyball. And let me tell you, we started this weekend with our first tournament, and I know. It's not that I feel for parents out there, but I get you. I see you at the at the tournaments, and I just want to give you a high five and a virtual hug, because we are moving into it, and I love it. I wouldn't change any of it. It's just a lot, and I'm here for you. If you guys need an ear, send me an email. We can connect. But I just want to give a shout out to all the volleyball parents out there. I got to see some parents from the team that we played with last year, getting to know the parents of the team that we're playing with this year and the coaches. And I have huge gratitude for the volleyball community. So that is something that I'm focusing on today. Instead of seeing it as like a bear of like, volleyball tournament this weekend, I'm actually shifting my attitude towards it with the power of gratitude. So that's what I'm focusing on as I wake up on this Monday morning, ready to tackle my day, my job, and record this episode for you guys. I'm thinking of all the things coming up, but I'm also not worrying about it or fretting about it. I'm having the attitude of gratitude, and that is what we're talking about, because it's more than just a feel-good phrase, right? It's a way of life that can significantly uplift your emotion and physical well-being. So let's jump into some practical steps and examples to integrate gratitude into your daily life. Like I just said, I'm starting my day with gratitude. When you wake up, think of 3 specific things you're grateful for. For example, I'm grateful for the comfortable hotel bed that I got to sleep in over the weekend. I'm actually really grateful for the breakfast that they had at the hotel. It wasn't very fancy, but it was enough to fuel my girls. I didn't have to spend any extra money. It was included with the hotel. Very grateful about that. And I had the opportunity to learn a lot of new things about volleyball over the weekend. But this simple act has shifted my mindset going into the next volleyball tournament, okay? So how can you apply that to your life? Step number 2, keep a gratitude journal, because each night you can write down 3 positive experiences from your day. For instance, I'm grateful for the friendly chat with my neighbor. I am grateful for completing a work project successfully, and I'm grateful for cooking my favorite meal, or our favorite meal, for my family tonight at dinner. This habit helps you recognize and savor the day's blessings. Step number 3, express gratitude to others. So make it a point to sincerely thank someone each day. It could be thanking a colleague for their help on a project, sending a grateful text to a friend for their support, or even appreciating a stranger's kind gesture. This not only uplifts others, but also enhances your own sense of gratitude. The next thing that you can give a try is go on a mindful walk. Dedicate 1 walk per week at least to mindfulness and gratitude. For example, as you walk, you might think, I am grateful for the fresh air, the sound of the birds, the variety of the trees I see. And this practice helps you connect with the present moment and the beauty around you. I do this as often as I can. I love a mindful walk. It's one of my favorite ways to practice gratitude. Okay, the next step, gratitude reminders. So place sticky notes in places you'll see throughout the day, like on your bathroom mirror, your computer, your fridge, or even in your car. You can write simple prompts like, what made you smile today, or who made a difference in your day. These reminders can help you pause and reflect amidst a very busy schedule. Also, reflect on challenges. When facing a tough situation, try to find a lesson or a positive aspect. For instance, if you had a disagreement with a friend, you might think, I'm grateful for this challenge as it's teaching me to communicate better and understand different perspectives. Next, share the gratitude practice with a friend or family member who can join you. You could have a weekly gratitude call where you share 3 things you're grateful for from the week. This not only strengthens your practice, but also builds deeper connections with others. Okay, remember, practicing gratitude is like building a muscle. It gets stronger with regular use. Why am I struggling with that word today? Don't worry if it feels awkward at first. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. I promise you. I promise you. You just got to try it. You just got to do it. So as I end today's episode, I encourage you to pick one of these steps and try it out. Maybe send a gratitude text right after this podcast, or write down what you're grateful for tonight before bed, because small steps lead to big changes, y'all. All right. So thank you for joining me on this journey of gratitude today. I'm truly grateful for you, your presence, and your engagement. Until next time, keep cultivating a heart of gratitude. It's the key to a happier, more fulfilling life. And before we end, I need to give y'all the disclaimer. So please note that the Therapy Show with Lisa Mustard is for informational and entertainment purposes only, and not a substitute for professional medical or mental health advice. Always consult with your therapist, doctor, or physician before implementing any suggestions from the show. Even though I am a licensed marriage and family therapist and I am providing insights on the show, please do not replace them for medical or psychiatric advice. Your unique situation requires personalized attention from a healthcare professional, so please talk with your doctor or therapist before implementing any of the suggestions that I might be sharing on the podcast. And one more thing, if you have questions for me to answer on the podcast, feel free to send me an email, lisa@lisamustard.com, or fill out the contact form on my website, which is lisamustard.com. Don't forget to grab my free ebook. Click the link in the show notes to get your 15 easy habits that support your mental health. Okay, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.